Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to mobile app development for digital agriculture revolution in Africa. Want to inform smallholder farmers, want to inform consumers, want to inform customers on the importance of having these mobile apps for related to agriculture. So this is lesson 9. So we are going to cover the database concepts, how you can work, how can you create the database application and link them with your mobile app. So mobile app is nothing but rather than working with database, so you need to create a platform, a storage area where you can store all the information that you interact with your mobile app. So you cover SQLite and then Cloud Firestore. So the Flutter provides many advanced packages to work with different database platforms. So the most important packages that Flutter provides and Flutter comfortable with is SQLite, used to access and manipulate the SQLite database. You also have Firebase database, which is used to access and manipulate cloud-hosted NoSQL database from Google. So these two are the main packages that you that you need to work with Flutter. Of course, there are many packages, but for just normal working mobile app using Flutter, you need to work with SQLite and Firebase database. So we go through this. What is SQLite? So we say SQLite database is the de facto and standard SQL-based embedded database engine. So I'm sure most of you have already, you have the concepts of SQL, you have the concept of database, you have the concept of Microsoft database, for example. That's just those database concepts that you need to know. So SQLite is a small and time-tested database engine. Of course, it provides a lot of functionality to work efficient with SQLite database. So we see later on how the SQLite works. So it provides standard methods to manipulate SQLite database engine. So what are the core functionalities? What are the core method, for example, that's provided in SQLite package? So we have the open database method. We have the execute SQL statement, execute method, and then we have the advanced query methods. Query method with that's used, of course, a developer to code a lot of information from scratch. So we'll be using these methods, that's open database method and execute method, as well as the query method while we're developing we're integrated now our mobile app. That's the widgets, animation, how you can access the product APIs of your mobile app, how you can access the REST APIs in your mobile application development, the widgets interaction, and many more mobile app application features. So we want now to create the product application and the store. First store the product information we created using JSON file from the previous lesson, and then fetch those product information from the standard, from the database using the SQL command. So first, we create the Flutter application in Android Studio, the product SQLite app, of course, using the same main.dat file that we created. This is the very good file to keep, because if you see from lesson number 3, 4, we've been using the main.dat file. Now you need to replace the default startup code with our product, with the product REST app code. So you need to copy the asset folder from lesson 5 that's we created. That's the product nav app to product REST underscore app, and add asset inside the pub specify.yam file. So if you have forgotten the flat assets file or folder have these images, flop.png, iPhone, up to the tablet.png. So you need to configure the SQLite package in the pub specific.yam file as indicated below. So just type this command, dependency colon SQLite colon n. So it will install, it will configure or install all the SQLite dependence to ensure that your database is all the updated features and methods. So we recommend using the latest version number of SQLite in any place of any. And then you need next to configure the path provider package in the pubs.yam file as indicated below. Again, it's dependence colon path underscore provider colon n. So installing or configuring all dependence of the path provider. So we say the path provider package is used to get temporary folder path of the system and the path of the application. Again, we recommend using the latest version number of SQLite in any in place of n. So if you have the Android Studio already, it will alert you that the pubs facing is updated, like how we use the Doctor package in the Android Studio while we are working with the Flat. So we have again these methods. So you need to add a new method to map, to convert product object into map object. Front map and to map are used to serialize and deserialize the product object. It is used in database manipulation method. Of course, this is simple. Don't get confused. So we have a snapshot of the codes that you need to create and see. So this is the JSON file of the product information that we created. Now you have the columns ID, name, description, price, and image in the database that you create. So this is the product information, which of course are linked or mapped to these IDs, name, etc. Remember, this is the JSON file we created in lesson 8. So the map string, so to map, you need to use the to map method such that these ID names can be mapped to the product information as shown here. So the ID will be mapped to the ID and name will be mapped to the name. And make sure that the total number of columns correspond to the total number of columns in the product information. So create a new file, database.dat, in the library folder to write the SQLite rated functionality. And this is very, very important. So you need to import all necessary import statement in database.dat is shown here. So import dat.asynchronous, import dat.input output, import package colon path, path.dat, import package colon path provider we created in the previous slide, and installed all the dependents of the path provider. So to provide a path of your SQLite methods, and so import package SQLite.dat, and then import product.dat file. So note that asynchronous is used to write asynchronous method. The IO input output is used to access files and the directories. The input and the output files and the directories. The path is used to access that core utility function related to file path. Path provider is used to get temporary and application path. And then the SQLite is used to manipulate the SQLite database. So after importing all the necessary functionalities and methods, files and directories that you have created, you need now to create a new class, the SQLite database provider or SQLite DB provider. So why do you do this? You do this because you want to declare a singleton-based, the static SQL database object as shown below. So this is the class SQLite database provider, SQLite database provider, static final SQL database provider. You say the DB, this is the variable which directs the SQLite database provider method, and then static database underscore database. So we say this is an object and its method that can be accessed through the static database variable. This one here shown in these codes. So that's how you can actually create a sample database to store and retrieve the information, for example, for product from the database and interact with your mobile app that you have developed. Now we go to the Cloud Firestore. What is a Cloud Firestore? The Cloud Firestore or Firebase is a app development platform. We say it's a database. The application is a cloud storage, of course, app development platform, which provides a lot of features to speed up the mobile application development. So it provides features like authentication, storing of information related to your agriculture mobile application market, for example, irrigation, temperature, cloud, humidity, for example, soil moisture that you have collected from your mobile app, and then store them into the cloud storage. Now we say one of the main feature of Firebase is a Cloud Firestore, a cloud-based real-time SQL database. So Flutter provides a special package, the Cloud Firestore, to program with Firestore. So we create now just a simple online product store in the Cloud Firestore, and the create application to access the product information that we created in the previous slide. Now this the product Firebase app. So you can create a new Flutter application in Android Studio that you have installed. Now we say you need to replace the default startup code with this product REST app code that you have created, and copy the product.dat file from product REST app into the library folder, like the codes are shown in this slide. So you have the class product. As usual, you have the name, description, price, and image of the product, say an iPhone or pen drive, etc. So products, again, this dot name, this dot description, this dot price, this dot image, etc., etc. You have the return product, this the JSON file that we created in lesson 6. So this will be stored in the Cloud Firestore, of course, in the database where you want your information to be stored and retrieved by your customers. So thereafter, you need to copy the assets folder, the asset folder we created from lesson 5, from product REST app, and then copy it to product underscore Firebase underscore app, and add asset inside the pub specified.yam file. Configure the Cloud Firestore package in the pub specs.yam file as indicated below. Of course, dependencies underscore Cloud Firestore. So you install or configure all the Firestore, the Cloud Firestore package method and dependence so that your mobile app can be integrated with your database through the Cloud Firestore that you have created. So this is how you can actually work with the database. You can work with the Firebase Cloud Firestore packages in Flutter mobile app development frameworks. So if you want to work more information that go on Flutter website and explore more how you can work with the cloud Firestore. This, in case motivation, as usual, my motivation slide on developing agriculture-based mobile apps. And this marks the end of lesson number 9. Thank you very much for your attention. Once again, thank you very much.